when a client comes in, you have to have them fill out the forms so that we know any contraindications, okay? Such as allergies, because a lot of our products, this is very natural. We use a product line called Skin Script. So you will find things like strawberries or blueberries or seaweed. So if someone is allergic to fish, or someone is allergic to dairy, or someone is allergic to blueberries, we have to know about it, okay? Because that would be a contraindication, which would mean no, okay? So you have to call an instructor, and then we will substitute that product, and we will go over this with you. So the way we prep the client is we have like a twin sheet. You see it's elastic, it just makes it easier for it to kind of stick. And then they get a blanket over, and then there's, a sheet, and then there's a blanket behind Evelyn. So if they're cold, then the blanket would go over the sheet, but the client should never touch the blanket because we don't always wash those, but everything else gets laundered. But if they happen to come in contact with the blanket, we have to launder it, okay? And that's why we have a sheet on top and below. So the way we're setting up is on top of the sheet, we have one towel going lengthwise, okay? And the reason we do this is to wipe our hands. We don't want dripping hands on the client, okay? So if you're doing something and there's liquid falling, you just use this part to kind of wipe your hands. And then one goes across by their head, just in case, again, product falls, okay? Then we use the headband. So when they come in, the headband and all this should be set up. We do have spa gowns if they would like to take their top off. We do not go into the décolleté, which is down here. We only can go like to the bottom of the neck. So let's say they don't want to take their clothes off. Then you must take another towel and just place it across their outfit like that, okay? A lot of people don't want to take, their tops off, but we try to tell them at least, pull their shoulders down, because it will get messy in here. Michaela didn't do that.
That's fine.
Okay. So the next thing is, before you get started, you want to analyze their skin. Okay, so to analyze their skin, we have to wash their face. Okay, but from the interview, from the intake form, you can ask, they can pretty much tell you if they know their own skin. Is it combination? Is it normal? Is it dry? Is it sensitive? So I had made these cards, and Michaela did the pumpkin scrub for us, which was really nice. So if somebody comes in just for a pumpkin facial, it's right here, okay? And then there's another form here with all the, like if you can't remember all the preparations, it's right on here. Tells you the procedure for the facial, for the basic facial. Might be a little different than what I'm doing, but it's the facial we're doing today is more of a spa facial, but we do have an express facial, which will not include a mask and will not include a hand massage and hot towels. So a basic facial gets everything else, gets a scrub. They can choose between a scrub or a mask. They don't get the hot towel. I don't have the warmer. It's by the nail area. I'm looking to get a little steaming box. The other thing is no hand massage, which I'll show you. So we're gonna do the first cleansing. Usually when someone comes in with makeup, we have eye makeup remover pads, and then we have the cloths back here. They kind of dry up, but you could just use a little bit of water to wet it down and get the makeup off. So every facial has 2 cleansings. Okay, I'm just gonna do one. So what you need is, you wanna line everything up in the order that you're gonna use it. So obviously the first one is the cleanser, Then we have the scrub. This is your toner. This is universal. Okay. So you must have 4 of these, which are 4x4s. You want at least 4. And you want at least 4 of these. 2 for the toner and then 1 for the eyes, or 1 for each eye. Okay. And then you want a clear bowl of water. Even though there's a sink right here, but when a client is relaxing, we usually turn the water or the lights down, so it's very peaceful. Okay. You can turn your phone on to some spa music. You can light the candle. What else? So like I said, all the products that you will need are in here. We actually picked up some more at the show. So if a client is allergic to the pumpkin mask, you can use the goji berry yogurt mask. We also have the seaweed mask. We have plenty of other masks down here, but we just need to know what they're allergic to. Because like I said, we have a strawberry mask. Here's the seaweed mask. We have blueberry. We had a client have a reaction to the blueberry because we need a little bit, and just take a little bit of water. And again, you see how I'm dripping here? You want to kind of dab. And you want to always place it in 5 spots. So it's 1 on the chin, the cheek, the forehead, and the nose. So this is just a massage. It's also in the book. We don't need to do the full-on massage. We just want to clean her skin, just so we can analyze it under the dermoscope, which is right here. I know the steamer is going, but I don't want to turn it off. It seems like when we turn it off, it doesn't want to come back on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to clean. Make sure you get in between the nose and in those crevices. In between the eyebrows, I mean, and in the nose there. Okay, so you don't use a hot towel right now. You're going to use the 4x4s, which are these. You just kind of
Using.
okay, so we do not reuse any of the throwaways or the one-time use products, which are your 4x4s, the eye round pads for toner and eyes. We do not reuse any of the product that once it comes out of the container, it gets thrown out or rinsed down the drain. The only thing that we reuse are the little small dishes, the bowls, things that can be sanitized and cleaned, like the towels, the linens. But like the 4x4s, we do not. You can see how this is really sudsy. So the cleanser is, that's why you only need a little bit. She's actually kind of low. Can you scoot up a little? So now that she's nice and clean, okay, so once you're done with these, you can actually put them to the side. I'm just going to put them on the side here because I can find a waste basket. We're going to take a look at her face. Some people like to use toner on the pads for their eyes, but I just don't like to do that because it can burn. So what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of water. Normally the lights are turned down, and you can actually leave this light on. It should be enough light for you to move around, because before the client comes in, once you do the analysis, well actually they could be laying down, and then you're going to get all the products ready. And like I said, everything is up here. We have sensitive skin and rosacea skin, dry skin, oily skin, combination skin. So it tells you each product that you need to use for each skin type. So it's already prepared for you. Okay. But for some odd reason, if someone has an allergic reaction, like I said, I know seaweed's not really shellfish, but it does come from the ocean. So if someone's allergic to, I would say fish, I think seaweed is right there. I would just, again, we cannot use the seaweed mask. Okay, so we're gonna take this, you're gonna open it, and we're gonna look at her skin. So I want everyone to kind of come over here and take a look. So this is called a mag lamp. So it's gonna magnify everything. And actually, Michaela has some pretty good skin. She has a few breakouts. And some things you can
look
look.
at this one. I felt that one today.
Yeah.
You see
Under
anything?
your beauty mark?
Probably.
Okay.
Where the mask lays.
So she's a little bit red, just even after the cleanser, and that's a sign of sensitivity. But if she was extremely red, like a lot of red on the nose, the cheeks, the chin, that's a sign of rosacea, like the early signs. So we want to look at her chin. Some signs you want to look for are like Cooperos, which are broken blood vessels. You want to look for dry skin, and usually dry skin is, Michaela, like her skin is pretty supple, so what you could do is you just pinch the skin, and if it tends to ripple, like you get lines like sideways, it's a sign of dehydration too, okay? Okay, she's got dry lips, and she has a little bit of signs from some older acne. And then this, she should get checked out.
Oh my God.
I'm always telling her. So Michaela has fair skin. So most people with fair skin kind of fall into that sensitivity factor. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on, so once you use up your cleanser, there should be enough in here for 2, and I only did 1 because normally you do 2. So we have little brushes in here. We have extra if you want to use extra brushes. I only opened 1. There's also this kind of brush if you like to use the scrub with this, but I do mine manually. So we can rinse that out. So now we're going to add the scrub. Okay, so the first part, right after the cleaning, comes the scrub, and this is when you can add the steamer. You can only use the steamer during the scrub and certain masks. So the mask you cannot use the steamer with are stronger masks, and sometimes the enzymes. But I don't think we have any enzymes on here. The enzyme,
Yeah, the pumpkin one.
Yeah, but that's the only one, but I mean the other ones.
Well, that's the one that says if you use the steamer,
Yeah.
it'll intensify it.
So we would say for right now, the pumpkin mask, no steam. Okay. But for the other facials, the basic facials, well, you can turn these into a spa facial by adding an enzyme or a mask. Okay.
Now someone's calling me. I don't want to talk to you.
So we could take these off. You don't have to, but you can. And just take the scrub and you want to apply it. So you want to look somewhat professional. Yeah, we can throw it on with our fingers, right? And you don't need a lot. This product is very concentrated, so a little goes a long way. We could use a little more scrub.
It's fine. We don't know how my face is going to react.
Okay, so in the book, it says the steamer has to be 19 inches away from the client's face, okay? So you want the steam to kind of come down and come up the follicle, which the follicles on the face come down, so you want the steam to kind of come up. This is the only time you should be using a steamer is during a scrub. Because you're not estheticians, you have to have more training and know when to use the steamer, but most people just use it during a scrub. So you can work it underneath. Did everyone get through the facial chapter yet, or no? You didn't get through it yet?
No.
So again, you just want to use circle manipulations. So you could do this for like 5 minutes. You can just kind of manipulate or do the same thing as a facial massage.
This is a facial massage.
No, but a facial massage is done with moisturizer, not the scrub. Kind of want to say emulate. Does everybody know what that means? Kind of. Okay. So when we're done with that, we're gonna again use the 4x4s. Normally a facial should last, like a spa facial should last like 45 minutes to 50 minutes. You think everybody's willing to try this next week on each other? Or this week? I mean, if tomorrow we're really slow, so if anybody's willing to like massage procedures and the basic facial. We do ours just a little bit different because we follow the skin script. So after this part right here, you're gonna take one of the cotton rounds. This is a toner, so just a couple pumps, maybe like 2 or 3. And then you're gonna start from the bottom. And just tone the skin. And what a toner does is it helps with the balance, like the pH balance of the skin. We just used the scrub. So we're gonna turn this off. So with the steamer, I want you to look at the bottom here. Do you see those metal rods on the bottom? The water has to be above those like coils. And the way you fill it up is you just take this off. And this machine, you can only use distilled water. You can't use tap water because it's bad for the inside. Okay, so when you're done with that, every time you're done with one of these, just put it in here and then we'll wash and sanitize. So the next is the massage. I know I didn't put it out here. But the massage can be, since we don't have a massage cream that I like, they said we can use this one here, which we probably have to add this step to the, because I picked this up. 5 points, or 5 placements, so it's the chin, the cheeks, the forehead, and the nose. First thing you want to do is evenly distribute it. And then we start with the massage. Usually I like to start with what I call effleurage, which looks like the slapping. I can get back at Michaela. Usually there's 6 of these. I'm only gonna do, I don't know how many you want me to do. I'll do 4. Normally it's 6. This is in your book. And then you can do a scissor. During the massage, your hands should never leave their face. Okay, then you can come up, you could do circles again, or you can do like circles and, was it the cheek? Mm-hmm. Cheek lifts with your thumb by positioning your fingers down here, and you can lift. So each thing that you do should be done in a series of 6. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you could do what they call the scissors. Now I know why I had to mix that moisturizer with some, because they were drying up. So again, you would do this 6 times. You can come up the nose, then to the forehead. You can go 6 times around the eyes. Then you could do what we call the circles or friction. Each time you finish, you slide one hand over and you do what we call vibration, which is like a circle and then a zap. Then you can also do C's. I mean, there's a bunch of different movements in your book, and you can choose what you want to do. You can almost create your own facial massage. Like I said, each time it's like 6 times. You zap. You could do this one where you're adding pressure and then you release and massage. And then you can slide off. I mean, whichever you want to do. So your facial massage should last about 10 minutes. And I know I did that in like, what, how many? 3?
Less than that.
Yeah. So again, in the book, I want you to not accommodate, but make yourselves acquainted with the facial massages. And if you need help, I will help you. We can practice on the mannequins because that's how I learned. You know, we took like the mannequin heads and we practiced the facial massages on the mannequins. So once you're done with that, you can move on to the scrub. So this scrub is the pumpkin. Normally I don't do this with the spa facial, but we wanted to try the pumpkin mask. And because this is pretty strong, I mixed it with the yogurt mask. What is it called again? The goji berry mask. So if somebody has really sensitive skin, they can, like I said, they can use the goji berry mask by itself or the seaweed mask. I'm also going to bring in another mask from BioElements. It's a collagen mask, which is really good for older clients. So again, once it's mixed, and it has a great pumpkin smell, and you just want to. So you always want to tell your client that if they feel any tingling or burning, we want to make sure to get this off. Once it gets a chance to kind of sit. Is anybody interested in doing facials?
Me.
Huh?
Me.
Okay. I mean, we'll like I said, I want everyone to try it, and we can definitely come in and, you know, or whoever's doing it at what time, have a teacher come in and constantly check in on you. Okay. Sorry, I'm rushing. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure we got all the stuff. So again, this is more for a spa facial. Like if they were getting a basic facial, they would not be getting a mask, but you can let them choose if they want a mask or a scrub, so it's one or the other. How does it feel so far?
Cold.
I also have a blueberry mask. Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna come to the side, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna give them a hand massage, your ring is on, is that okay?
Yeah, I don't care. It's gonna take forever to get it off.
Okay.
My fingers are fat.
So I put too much in my hand, so I'll mess that up. So during the hand massage, when you're walking over to your client's body, they're obviously relaxing. We don't want to stun them. So you can speak softly and say, okay, you can tap them gently, I'm gonna give you your hand massage. So it's just like if you've ever done the manicuring, it's massaging the, what is this called, the forearm?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go underneath and again use the circle motions. This is kind of an effleurage. You can rotate the wrist. You can knuckle each they call Digit. Again, just work in the moisturizer. If they want, you can actually go to the elbow, but we just want to do the hands. How does it feel? And we're going to do the other side. So this is why we ask them to take their stuff off. But normally I would be coming to that side to do this. You can see how dark I am. I've been using that, I know we're off topic, the Jergens.
Yeah, I noticed. At the beauty show, and I was like, why is this like orange?
I was orange?
You looked damn near.
I'm not orange.
You
Why
did
orange?
there in that light.
I think it was their fluorescent lighting.
Yeah, whatever. You almost look darker than Laura.
I put some on my face today. So
Well, I
again, you
can't
wanna make
see
sure
you.
that you do each digit. Like putting the circulation in.
Where my rubber band?
Yeah.
Yeah. I switch it when I sleep.
Why do you even have it there?
On my hair?
Okay, so you
Why
put
I
your
can't-
hand down gently. So I'm gonna talk about what we have here. So this is like a glycolic pad. Some of the facials have it and some of them don't, so you just wanna make sure, it's like a glycolic and retinol. So you'll probably find it on the oily skin. It's on the combination. And it's on the oily skin. So oily skin in combination, they tend to be more oily, so it's great for acne. But she doesn't have any acne, but you still have to put it on. So that's what the pad is here. Then I have two serums. One is for the eyes and the one is for all over the face. And then we have the moisturizer. We don't have any sunscreen, but I do have some at home. We should always, after a facial, we should always send them off with sunscreen. Okay, but we don't use anything. This would be the only thing that I think that's pretty strong. So anytime you use like an enzyme, we have some enzymes on the side, they should always get, steaming up, they should always get a sunscreen. So you can put the sunscreen right over the moisturizer. Alright, so I'm gonna use a hot towel, but it's not very hot, so I apologize sincerely. It was hot. Is there any questions? Well, normally you